So, Mr. Kerry Adler, President and CEO of Sky Power Global. First, tell me about your participation at WAFES Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week.
So it's our 10th time that we participated in this event, and this is the best step. We're seeing sustainability and renewable energy become a reality. We're seeing a vision turn into something that's become quite real.
Yeah.
Solar today is a meaningful part of the value chain of energy and an important piece.
You are based apparently in the UAE. Why is that? Or how are you positioning your headquarters here in UAE?
So for the first 17 years of Sky Power, we based as a Canadian company in Toronto. Invariably, the markets that we serve and the markets that need the power is Africa. We decided to make the UAE the center point for a launch to go to Africa. We can reach so many countries, the logistics are great, the security is nothing but incredible, and we have the ability now to go and service these countries, work with these leaders, and bring them meaningful power.
Macro projects versus micro projects. When we say the government, yesterday His Excellency the Minister in UAE mentioned that macro projects, especially for Africa, are the solutions. While many believe that the off-grid micro solar parks might be the best solution for Africa. How do you position your business in Africa?
So Sky Power focuses on utility scale solar. So the smallest projects that we will focus on in a country is 500 megawatts. But we build it like Lego blocks. So we can put 10 megawatts in one village, 15 in another. The reality is that most of Africa doesn't have electricity. And because it doesn't have electricity, it's nothing but a dream to wish and hope that the lines, transmission lines, would be built. So where small scale solar comes in is you can go to a village, you can put in 1 megawatt, 2 megawatts, 5 megawatts, and this way you have truly distributed power. The vision is sound. It's just, we need to get it going because there's a lot of people that don't have power today that deserve it.
Green financing, basically. You know that in Africa, it's very hard. The reason why they don't have electricity is the lack of finance, right? By the governments, all right? While many other governments or institutions, such as the African Union or others, are securing, or the Islamic Development Bank in Saudi are securing finances projects. How are you securing the finances for projects in Africa?
We find Africa to be quite challenging, but I believe it's more perception than reality. If you were to look at Africa as a whole, how many PPAs have actually been honored versus not honored? You'd be hard-pressed to find a PPA that was not honored in Africa. From a credit quality perspective, Africa is a safer market than some of the OECD countries because the power to them is the first power. It's not replacement power. Power is power. Once you give the power to a village and you light it up, you can't take it away. From Sky Power's perspective, recently we announced with AFC joint effort to finance in the Congo, which is one of the most challenging countries in Africa to finance. In Zambia and Zimbabwe, we're currently now in the market speaking to banks and financiers. I believe that the returns for investors in countries like Zimbabwe and Zambia for renewable energy are second to none. And banks that ignore those markets or put those as secondary, tertiary markets are really missing an opportunity. We believe that these are key markets, bankable markets, because the power is critical, and once you give it to the people, they need it, they're going to pay for it.
Very big words. We don't hear much such words about Africa. Basically, my last question is about technology. It is evolving in the solar space. How are you optimizing the output, basically, and what special are you offering to the consumer and through your projects?
You know, Sky Power is celebrating, going into its 22nd year. In the first 21 years, we've made every mistake possible, and we make at least one a day. But we've learned from the mistakes. We've learned how to optimize a solar park. By way of example, you know, historically when we built solar parks, like we built the first solar park at an airport in North America. We built the first solar park on an Aboriginal indigenous lands. We built a solar park, the first utility scale solar park in North America. This is in Ontario, Canada. And when people said, you build a solar park, you look at a piece of land and you try to fill it with panels. That's wrong. We look at it as a solar block. Think of IKEA, think of Lego. So if you take the processes and you build as blocks, you're able to maximize efficiency, reduce the amount of labor, and also over the life of the solar park improve it. The net result of that, along with some innovative techniques that we use to actually build, and the way we design the projects, we're able to get 8% more revenue on average out of each solar park compared to the next one that would be the same size next door using the exact same solar panels and inverters. We just have learned little of the few tricks, because let's face it, a solar panel is a solar panel. You put it in the ground, you plug it in, it's like a Christmas tree light. It comes together and it lights up. There's not much innovation there in the solar panel itself, except for the efficiency that's improved over the years, and the cells. When you come to Sky Power as a developer, we have to take the components that we buy from the best manufacturers in the world, we piece them together, but the way we piece them together is just a little bit different. And that leads us to get more energy, higher rate of return, and translates into us being able to offer a more reasonable, cost-effective price to the end buyer, which is the utility of the country itself.
Storage, what are your techniques in storage, basically? Storing the energy from solar, right? How are you deploying? What's your strategy in this regard?
So
to optimize storage.
2025 is the year of storage. This is the first time that we believe that the battery technology, the battery management systems have come together in harmony, and we are working on P90 solutions, which means power 24/7, but 90% of the time, 365 a year. All of our system designs going forward are going to be either solar alone or solar with power. We have found some very unique ways to piece together batteries, battery management system, along with perhaps diesel, wind, hydro, or even nuclear, bring those pieces together and enable us to get P90 solar and batteries.
My last question is about the prospects for the Middle East and North Africa. For the Middle East, what are the prospects for your company, and what special are you offering on the table?
You know, in life, you have a choice to choose and select markets. I've chosen the markets for Sky Power, a strategic market where we can bring the greatest value. This region is blessed with so much power. It's got some of the best suns in the world. But we focus as a company, our strategy is on new power, not replacement power. And that's where we believe we're going to have the greatest impact, and we can help humanity in ways, not just bringing power, bringing jobs, giving people a future, giving people education, improving healthcare, and giving children a chance to achieve their full potential.
Thank you.